Melbourne is quite literally on the rise. Over the next decade, it will be Australia's biggest city, finally taking the crown from Sydney. Georgia Simpson joins us live from Melbourne. Georgia, it's understood that the pandemic has slowed the growth.
Yeah, it really did, Janie. Melbourne would have reached this milestone 5 years earlier had it not been for COVID. 2 years ago, predictions were that Melbourne would take the lead from Sydney by 2026, but that's been revised to 2032, and that's the year that Melbourne will become a city of 6 million people. When you average it out, that's about 2,000 people moving here each week for the next 8 or 9 years. Now, we asked people walking along the sparkling Yarra River this morning what they thought about it all, and there was no shortage of Melbourne-Sydney rivalry.
Melbourne's about to become Australia's biggest city. What do you think about that?
I'm very happy to be in Melbourne, and I like Melbourne very much.
Melbourne's the best place in the entire world.
Why?
Because we live here.
Fantastic. As long as they're all coming back from Melbourne in the footy.
Big DC local?
No, from Sydney.
We're about to take the crown from Sydney. We're going to be Australia's
Good.
biggest city.
Sydney's too crowded.
Now, Melbourne is often voted as one of the most livable cities in the world, but thanks to COVID, it became the most locked down city in the world. There was a mass exodus. Almost 80,000 people left the city during the first year of the pandemic, and new data from the annual population statement has revealed that Victoria's population has had the steepest decline, more than any other state or territory in the country. But things are looking up. We are back on track, and a lot of this population growth will be due to overseas migration, something that the Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, has said has played a vital role in Australia's economic development in the past and also in the future. But of course, with all these people, there's questions around housing affordability, housing stock, transport, infrastructure and the healthcare system. Will it all cope with 1 million extra people living here? That's something that all levels of government, local, state and federal, will have to plan for over the next decade. Janie.
Georgia Simpson, thank you so much for the update.